And just like that, the 2023 season has come to an end.
It happened pretty quick, eh?
And
It's almost like a year's passed.
yeah, almost, but can't help but think that, I don't know, would you call it a inconclusive season, a boring season,
How could you call it inconclusive, you twit?
I don't know, maybe the fact that only one other team won a race in the whole year?
Well, I don't. That's not really inconclusive when one team won every race.
Well, that's why I
That's
was
pretty.
asking you what you would call it, you fucking dimwit.
You're gonna call me the dimwit after calling the
Alright, let's
season
restart,
inconclusive?
let's restart.
No, no, no.
No,
We're still
let's
good.
restart.
Shut up. Shut up. We're still going. Um, this season was perhaps the most dominant F1 season ever.
I think it is the most dominant F1 season ever.
Especially after this race where Verstappen is now the leading point, most laps led in an F1 season ever.
Yeah, 1,000 laps. First person to reach 1,000 laps led
Um,
in general.
Red Bull operated at a level that was just it's probably never going to be done again.
Yeah, even Verstappen said that. Like he was like, yeah, I was a bit emotional in the in lap with the car because it's a crazy thing that we did this season. I'm not sure we'll be able to do it again, but
And
I think we both
don't
know that's a fucking lie.
you reckon,
Yeah, I
man?
mean, huh?
Every other team is having a mental breakdown trying to figure
Yeah.
out what way to take the car, while Red Bull, even when they get stuff wrong, are still just cruising.
Yeah, pretty much. I dare say that by the end of the season, it seemed pretty evident that the teams were starting to close the gap, you know? Because of the past
Yeah,
couple of races, he no longer had that 30-second winning lead, you know?
yeah, it was more like
Especially with
16
Vegas.
seconds.
What did he win by this race?
10 seconds.
No, he didn't. Did he
Yeah, it
really?
did. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Oh my god. Well, I'm completely wrong. Honestly, I really didn't pay too much attention to this race. I found it quite boring.
This race was a absolute. I literally fell asleep at about a lap 15 and woke up with Max Verstappen passing the finish line. And the only thing I missed was Hamilton giving, was it Ocon or Gasly, a little love tap,
Oh yeah, I think he hit one of the Alpines. I think it was Ocon,
and Perez
but
doing his best Max Verstappen impression on Lando
it,
Norris.
yeah, I mean, pretty uneventful race, but a lot of overtaking, a lot of overtaking, some really good overtakes too. But yeah, just no real structure to it. I
Yeah,
mean, what am I saying? Like no real stakes is what I'm trying to say.
it
I
just felt
mean,
like
yeah,
nothing happened, even though there was a lot on the line for other teams. There was the whole deal with who gets second in the constructors, which literally came down
yeah.
to the last lap, but it still felt like nothing really happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, back to that though, how impressive was Leclerc's like strategizing himself?
Oh man, I feel so bad for the guy.
Yeah, your team's that shit, you have to do their job for them.
Ferrari, a lot of teams had pretty dumb strategies today, actually, but Ferrari to like, they were genuinely in the fight for second in the constructors,
Yeah.
which I don't think they've done for a really long time.
Mm.
And what do? They put signs on a strategy that relied on a safety car happening,
Yeah.
which is a daft thing to do, especially he was pretty shit all weekend, to be fair. He didn't
Yeah.
really have a great weekend.
No.
But you could have done something more than just hope for a safety car, especially getting to like lap 50 and he's still on like 48 lap old hards or 50 lap old hards.
Yeah. Well, apparently they were just hoping for a safety car, which I
Yeah.
sort of get because he just had a shit qualifying in general. But I mean, yeah, I'm
But
not too sure.
it's a daft thing to do when there's that much stakes on the line.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And like your driver's having to strategize for you. It's a typical Ferrari thing, which is
Yeah.
hilarious. But
And
I
Leclerc's just
mean,
like, I think we should do this. And no one responded to him.
yeah, no, I mean it sort of worked. I think if they had one more lap it would have worked. I think they were only like 1.5 seconds off.
Yeah.
because of that penalty gap. Honestly, Perez sort of fucked it up for him.
Yeah. It was a
Um,
really smart idea from Leclerc.
I don't think there was much else they could have done.
No.
If they had that
Um,
extra lap, though, it would have been, yeah, it would have been a bit better. But yeah, that means Mercedes take P2 in the constructors,
through no
and
effort of their own.
yeah, well, Ferrari get P3 by 3 points. Pretty
Mm.
close. I found myself sort of watching it the last 10 or 15 or so laps. It was pretty entertaining to see it happen because it was such slim margins.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Red Bull power ahead. They've doubled the constructors. So you've got Mercedes at 409 points, Red
Mm.
Bull's 860, sorry.
That's crazy, eh?
It's insane. And that's fucking mostly Verstappen.
The way they've just rinsed past the field,
Yeah.
where I don't know, man, Perez, what do you do with him?
I don't know. I think it
Because
for some reason Red Bull seemed to be content with him.
he
I've
got
written
to
him
that
off.
point through no
Yeah.
effort of his own. He
Yeah.
entirely got by through the car.
Yeah.
Like,
What I'm curious about is Perez qualifies really badly and it puts him in like P10 or lower, and he always charges through the field and gets somewhat decent points. But what if you put Perez in like an Alpine or a Haas? He'll still qualify terribly, but he won't have that power to go through the field like he did in the Red Bull.
but then there's the
So,
whole
what does it
thing of,
mean?
well, he won a race from last in an LP.
Yeah, the racing point. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like this is like honestly like Monza where the two McLarens won. That was mainly due to the fact that Verstappen and Hamilton DNF'd
Mm.
and they had a good qualifying. A lot of things went right for McLaren, and I don't know what happened in that Bahrain race for Perez, but I think like Monza, a few things went right for him as well.
Yeah. True.
Like it's not just cutting through the whole field from last,
Yeah. A lot of
you
things had to
know?
go his way for it.
But I want to know what would happen if you put Perez in a shit car and he qualifies like he has been, but in that terrible car. Would he
He
still
would
be
be
able to cut through the
no,
field?
I don't
No.
reckon. Because a lot of his overtakes, like to be fair, it's obviously speaking as a non F1 driver,
Mm.
but overtaking people that don't want to be overtaken is pretty hard. But a lot of people just get out of the way of the Red Bull.
Yeah, well, it's just that fast. Like, yeah, I mean, if they're that much faster, what's the point of battling when
Mm.
potentially getting into an accident?
Especially with him, because he's a
Yeah.
fucking like he puts his
He's,
elbows out as wide as he can. I swear,
he's a
the guy,
missile.
he is an absolute fucking idiot.
Uh, he had a good Vegas race. He had a great Vegas race. He's had
Yeah,
some
but
great races at
here's
the
his
start of the
thing.
season.
He gives you this fucking sense of, oh my god, he's actually turning it around, and then he does something stupid again.
Yeah, well, he had
What
his
was?
run of shit. Probably at the second third of the season. Like he had a good first third of the season, a terrible second third. But the last one, yeah, I don't know. He sort of turned himself around again, and then he does this in Abu Dhabi. So I'm
I
not
just
sure.
I don't get. He we've spoken about it before. His whole thing of he never puts the blame on himself. His
No,
overtake on Norris was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. He cut. It was so it was a left hand turn, pretty much a
yeah,
90-degree corner,
yeah,
and he takes it at a 45-degree angle.
yeah. Well, Martin Brundle was saying that he definitely could have turned in a bit more.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it's not like he
100%.
locked up and just went into him. He had the ability to turn.
Yeah, it's not like he had the whole left hand side of the track.
Yeah, and then he just hops on the radio and he's like, "Oh,
You
what is he
steered into me.
doing?"
You steered into me. You're like, no,
Nah,
mate.
nah. I wonder what Red Bull was saying. Do you reckon they have to agree? Like, yeah, yeah, he did, Sergio. You're
Oh,
right.
helmet Marco is just sitting there seething,
Fucking
fucking
South
seething.
American, whatever he called him.
Oh, he's not
Uh,
white, so therefore he's bad.
Kick them both out.
Helmut Marko said that. I didn't say that.
So who would you replace him with at the moment?
Alonso.
Yeah, that would be
I'd
cool.
love to see Alonso in that car.
That would be really
I
cool.
reckon that would be the funnest.
Where did he finish? So, okay, I want to see real quick. So if I go to drivers, okay, teams, Aston Martin. Oh, okay, they finished fifth in the constructors, trailing McLaren. So I dare say they're the best of the backmarkers, which is not good enough from how they started the season.
Hmm.
It's no secret they dropped off a lot, but they're the best of the backmarkers. Haas is last. Jesus, they're just shocking. They've only scored 12 points this whole season.
Yeah.
Then you've got Alfa Romeo in ninth, Alpha Tauri eighth. I'm surprised Alpha Tauri is eighth. I would have expected them to be battling Haas for last place.
Yeah.
Williams is seventh.
And I called it. I fucking told everyone Williams will not be our last team.
Well, they finished dead last in 2022 season. They finished eighth in 2021.
Yeah, but we don't care about that.
Last in 2020, and in 2019 last again. So for the past few years it's an improvement. That's more money on the table,
And I
all
just
thanks to Alex Albon.
Logan Sargent, I reckon we keep him another year. We keep it. Is they're my team.
You need, yeah, they're yours. You
At this
need to
point,
keep a rookie driver.
I'm the only reason they're any good.
Yeah, you've just
They
manifested that, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think they're in a great spot with not necessarily being a front runner. They're probably nowhere near a front runner yet. That's
Nah, nowhere
Everyone
near
probably
it.
knows that.
Yeah,
But they're gonna be in a spot where they'll be able to challenge for points, like solid points next season. I can give it another season like that, and they'll be chasing podiums.
yeah, I think so. I think they're going to be competing with whoever's around, McLaren's sort of tier of car in a couple of
Mhm.
years. It's just more money that they've got now
Yeah,
by finishing higher in the standings. Logan Sargent though only scored 1 point.
that's all right.
But you need a rookie. You need to keep a rookie for at least 2 seasons before they come into their own. That's
Yeah,
just the
especially
fact.
a
That's what
guy
they all
like
say.
him who was just so raw.
Mm.
Like he really didn't have too much going for him coming into F1.
What were his what's the word, like, credentials?
He
Logan
was
Sargent.
he was in F2. I don't think he won it. I think he was like third the season he did it.
I remember hearing last year it was a close one for him. He needed a certain amount of points to get his super license, and it was iffy whether or not he was going to do it.
Yeah.
So he's done, obviously, karting, can relate, Formula 4, Formula Renault to Formula 3, and into Formula 2. And apparently Formula 1.
Apparently. Well, do you not reckon he's
Yeah.
real?
Nah.
Logan Sargent's a trick of the mind. It's actually just an Alex Albon clone.
Yeah, he came fourth in F2. Yeah, he's just moving so Alex Albon's just moving really fast. So it makes it seem like there's two of them. But yeah, back to the race. Yeah, so Perez is pissy apparently about getting that penalty.
Which is 100% his fault.
Yeah, he receives a formal warning for calling F1 stewards a joke after the GP.
Oh, that's funny, eh?
Said, I cannot believe it. They've been very bad this year, but this is a joke. Well, chill out. You're lucky to have a seat in Red Bull at this
You
point.
wouldn't be saying shit like that in Abu Dhabi. They'll lock you in a cell, man.
Yeah, man, 100%.
They're gnarly with it. You disrespect them, they'll fucking throw you in jail.
Oh,
They
it's a
don't
shit
care.
track. It's a terrible track. I can't stand that track.
Shit track, human rights violators. Don't have a fucking proper sewage system. Do you know that? Have you
No.
seen the poop trucks that roll into Abu Dhabi?
Wait, what?
I always get Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia and all those places mixed up.
Yeah,
Abu Dhabi is the one with the big skyscraper, right?
that's Dubai.
Is that not Abu Dhabi?
Oh, is Dubai Abu Dhabi? I don't think it is.
UAE.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's not. It's in the
it is.
UAE. I know that for a fact, but I believe they're two different places. Yeah, they
Never
are.
mind. Okay, never mind.
Fuck's
Well,
sake, Tyron. We've isolated another community.
well, Dubai hasn't got a sewage system,
Yeah.
and they
Really?
have to have poop trucks roll in. Yeah.
Nah, that's bullshit.
No,
Dubai is
dude.
like one of the most advanced cities on earth.
Nah, bro. You need to see these videos. I'll try and find one. Hang on.
Poop trucks in Dubai. Hold up. That's
Poop
the title
trucks.
of the episode.
Have you not
Poop
seen it?
trucks. No.
Dubai poop trucks.
Dubai poop truck. The myth came around because there was a short period in 2009 when the treatment plant got overloaded. So there were huge lines of backed up trucks as the system could not cope. This is where the
Daily,
infamous poop snake
Daily
video was
Star.
filmed.
Dubai's Burj Khalifa doesn't have a sewage system, so trucks pump out poo every day.
That's fucked, man.
This
Imagine
was
how much
2022.
sewage.
The
Oh
Daily
yeah.
Star. I don't care how credible or not they are. I am rolling with it. Dubai doesn't have a sewage system, or at least the Burj Khalifa doesn't.
Oh my god, yeah, every day a platoon of trucks queue up to remove its poo. The Daily Star seems like the most credible news source out there.
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna roll with that.
Girl 10 dies of COVID after teacher's insane decision to make her class nurse. Yeah, this is the type of news that I want to read. Secret spy meeting with the Queen. She is still alive. Yeah, this is the stuff I want to read.
Anyway, so back to where do we on top of this? Abu Dhabi locked in
I just
jail.
scroll down and all the comments say it's incredibly misleading, but I'm not going to believe them.
Nah.
Dubai poop trucks. Look into it.
Where were
Yeah.
we? Perez locked in jail for roasting the Saudis.
Yeah, let's talk about Mercedes because earlier this week, obviously they finished second. Who gives a shit? Earlier this week, a rumor came out that not Verstappen, sorry, Hamilton
Hamilton.
rather, wanted to or was in contact with Red Bull to sort of snag a seat. And everyone was
Isn't it
like,
just
"What?"
a rumor?
Well, yeah, it's a rumor. A lot of people are saying it's because a lot of F1 drivers do that to sort of hype up their contract offering from their existing team.
Which Hamilton has been known to do.
Yeah, so it says, let's see. There's not much info about it, but apparently it was Hamilton's dad that approached Red Bull.
That
In the
guy's a bit of a
build-up,
weird dude. He's done a lot of weird things. Wasn't he
I
in a
know
lawsuit with Lewis Hamilton? Like his own son?
he was in a lawsuit with, I believe it was Paul DeResta, who was another driver that he managed. Hold on.
That's right. Nah, yeah, you're right.
Anthony Hamilton lawsuit. It's Anthony Hamilton, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I can actually look at the actual case text. Oh, I won't look at that though because I can't read legal mumbo jumbo. Hamilton and DeResta finally resolved bitter legal dispute over $4.6 million deal for an energy drink. Yeah, so you could probably look into that. Ex-Force India driver sacked Hamilton's father, after which the father of the 2008 Formula One world champion brought the claim to court. They reached an out-of-court settlement. It was a $4.6 million deal with energy drink Go Fast, as well as the issue whether or not money linked to DeResta's image rights ended up in a Granada-based account run by the Hamilton family. So there's some shifty stuff going on here. But,
So he's just speaking out. He's doing his best Jos Verstappen impression.
I mean, these F1 dads need to be built different too, you know?
They're just seriously fucking athlete parents, hey? They get these kids doing these sports from freakishly young,
Dude, there's
abuse
soccer
them.
mums, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
my plan with my kid, just... This is a joke, but just abuse them into becoming an F1 driver.
Believe it or not, this is a joke. I want to
Yeah.
abuse my children into becoming F1 drivers.
Who knows, man? Someone will take it seriously. But no,
Globalists.
you take out a loan, fake your death, move to a different country with your child, invest
Mhm.
all of it into a top of the notch cart, strap them to it, and just get them to run lap after lap after lap.
Yeah.
And maybe then they could catch up with me and beat me like I beat you on Wednesday.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Could I send you a photo?
Yeah, you've sent me the photo.
I've sent you the photo 3 times, and it's. Let's see, where is it? It is the photo I took at the karting track that we both went to of me on the podium, the digital podium, standing above you in second place, and it's one of the most happiest days of my life. I don't think a child's birth or a wedding could come close to the satisfaction that I felt on that day.
It's only
I'm
because
so
you're on a
happy.
holiday.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ, I want to do it again so bad.
Oh, bro. Like, so for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, Brendan and I went go karting on Wednesday this week,
Yeah, should we
and
say
it was
where?
nah,
Nah. Okay.
nah, somewhere in Australia, in Queensland.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was perhaps the funnest thing I've done in a really long time.
Yeah. Well,
And
we'd been talking about it for a while,
oh yeah, and we've been playing F1 for years, and at this
literally.
point, we're both delusional into thinking we are capable
Mhm.
of being F1 drivers. Now
Yeah.
these carts top out at 70 k's an hour.
Yep.
Our highest was both 61.
That's right. Yeah. I kept thinking 50 for some reason, but 61.
Average of 50, 61. I am
And
fully
God.
convinced I can take a car around 250 kilometers an hour around a corner now.
Yeah. Well, from my 20 minutes of karting experience, I reckon I'm ready for the big leagues.
Well, in terms of like 20-minute of karting experience, we were only what, like 8 seconds
Did
off
I?
the best lap.
No, it was much closer than that. Let me see here. You keep talking for a second.
So yeah, karting starts off, right? Brandon and I have never been go-karting before. Obviously
Yeah,
going to be a
never.
bit shit. Our first lap was actually our first session was real slow. Like
I've
real,
got
real
that
slow.
here. Yeah, we were just getting used to it, and I think me and you sort of both started to warm up around the halfway mark. So, like
Yeah.
lap 4 of 8. And then we sort of got into a bit of a groove. Yeah, so I can see how we were clocking at around 71 for me and about 74 for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the fastest lap I set was lap 7 of 8 at 65.5. Um, and your fastest was 70.04.
Which
So,
remembering this was our first time go-karting and we both
yeah, we were just getting a feel for it. We did 8
man.
laps, and yeah. God, my hands were so sore after it.
Oh, bro. It really makes you wonder how good these guys are.
It makes you appreciate how weirdly athletic you sort of have to be to drive a go kart. Or not
Weirdly
even just a go
athletic
kart,
and
any race
too.
car.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we get on to the second session. By then we're already like, okay, we've got a rough understanding how these things work. Let's fuck around a little bit. So we both pull out, do our outlap, which I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to race a little bit. And we line up on the grid, um, and they wave the flag, and away we go.
And we get to the end of the first corner and I spin out.
No, you didn't spin out yet. You spun out at the end of that lap. We were side by side. We were parallel for that first lap
Yeah, we pretty much were
until
actually.
until the last sector, that sharp left hand. You went off into the into the grass.
Yes, I went off into the grass. Anyway, we meet back up later on in the track, and then Brandon spins out and hits the barrier.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you hit the barrier so hard, too.
But but we did have some good racing. through it all.
Yes.
And honestly, I can say now, from doing 20 minutes of it, I'm addicted. I'm so addicted.
I'm fully convinced I could drive an F1 car.
Oh man, I'm trying to meet up with my mate next week, who I haven't talked to in like a few years, and I was like, oh, what better thing to do than karting? So I've convinced him to go to this one in Melbourne. Should be pretty fun, but I need
So
to do it
prepare,
again.
so prepare for his obituary. And like,
Oh my god, I could see it happening. Honestly,
those things are dangerous, man.
they are. I hit that barrier and what's the term? Like whiplashed my whole neck, but it was
I
fun.
did it. Yeah. Pulled out all right.
Oh well, then I got yelled at by the marshals for not driving down the pit lane and just parking it at the entry.
That's right.
Yeah, he was like, you can't park then. And I was like, I'm sorry. I
Have to
did it the
restart
first
that.
time. No one told me.
Oh, you're doing your best Max Verstappen impression.
Oh well. Oh well.
But yeah, race wise, like back to F1, fuck all happened. Season's
Yeah.
over. Red Bull dominate. Toto Wolff's having a mental breakdown.
I
I'm
mean,
curious to see what's going to happen over this break.
I don't know, man. I think Verstappen's got some little racing gigs that he's got going on. I have to keep
Like,
an ear out. But I mean, we're gonna go over the full season, I think, in this special show that we've been talking about.
yeah, the Latifis.
Yeah, it's you tune into the Oscars, you tune into the Golden Globes, but this year you're going to be tuning into the Latifis. It's a
And
special award show for Formula One,
yeah, not one of
brought to you
those
by
like,
yours truly.
not one of those best driver. Everyone does all those shitty boring awards. No one cares about them.
Yeah,
But that will be coming soon. And what else we got planned over the break? We're gonna go watch a couple old races, talk about them, talk about Crashgate. I want to talk
yeah.
about that
Well,
at least.
we are now sponsored by Pfizer, so that's interesting.
Are we?
Wonder what will yeah. Got a Pfizer sponsorship the other day. Thought I'd let you know live on air. So that should be cool. Does that mean we're officially part of the New World Order?
I'm a globalist, if you ask me.
If they ask you to go to... No, I won't say that. Never mind.
But yeah, short
Oh,
episode, I suppose. There's not really much else to
yeah.
talk about.
Not really. We'll be back next week. We'll put together a bit of a fun show. It'll definitely be longer, a little bit more production value. But yeah, I thought we'd just do a quick one this week.
Yeah, just like this fucking race. It really needs to go. No one cares for it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Burn
Is
that
that
bridge
it?
when we get to it. That's it.
All right, people. See you next time.
Cheers.
Sea of Stars.